Greetings, dear friends. Tanya is at work, and as you know, I'm already retired. So I decided to surprise her with something, to cook something really delicious. I know she really loves pasta, she loves mushrooms. In fact, she loves everything I cook. And today I decided to cook. For her, pasta with mushroom sauce is a very tasty and very simple dish to make. Let me show you what I'm going to use. Well, of course, the first thing is pasta. You can use any kind of pasta. Here I have pasta made from durum wheat. Wonderful pasta and healthy too. A little garlic, grated cheese. This is sour cream. It's homemade sour cream, rich and tasty. And here are two types of mushrooms, portobello and champignons. I'll also use a little bit of chili flakes, chili pepper. Just a little, literally for a bit of spice. Salt and pepper. And of course an onion. Actually, I tried to make all my sauces with onions because it's very tasty. My water boiled, I added a teaspoon of salt, not a full one, and a little vegetable oil. And I send it to cook. Pasta. They will cook for about 8 to 10 minutes. I turn on the heat under the frying pan, and while it's heating up, I'll chop the onion. It is highly recommended to finely dice and chop the onion. So I carefully break it down into the smallest pieces possible and thoroughly mince it into a fine consistency. Now that the pan is hot, I'm going to add a bit of butter, about 30 grams. And then I'll add a little olive oil. I have this cold pressed oil ready to go. Wonderful. The oil is hot, I send it, fry the onion. While the onions are frying, I'll prepare the garlic because I have garlic coming up next. I'm breaking it 2 or 3. 1 single clove of garlic is enough. And now I chop it up very finely. The onion has taken on a beautiful color. I add the garlic. And now it's time for the spices, seasonings, whatever you like. First of all, I add salt. I have a salt with various additives. It's delicious. A little freshly ground pepper. And a bit of hot chili pepper in the form of flakes. Just a little. Don't add too much because it's very spicy. But if you're not afraid of spicy food, of course you can add more. I mix this well. To keep the onion from burning, I turn the heat down to very low. And I need to quickly chop the mushrooms because the mushrooms are going in next. I won't chop the mushrooms too finely. I'll cut them so you can still see that they're mushrooms. I'll leave these small whole mushrooms as they are. I won't cut them. They look really nice. So, I've finished cutting all the mushrooms. I need to check the pasta. My pasta is probably already cooked, and the onions have sautéed beautifully. Send the mushrooms to the onions. It might look like there are a lot of mushrooms, but trust me friends, it's not that much. They'll shrink down. But if you don't really like mushrooms, you can use less. Now we'll fry them all together with the chopped onions. It's going to be absolutely delicious. Tanya will really like it. I'm sure of it. My pasta is already ready too, for now. So, I stirred it a bit. Now I can remove the pasta, take it out of the water. Now I carefully turn off the heat and then scoop them all out just like this. The water from the pasta, I don't pour it out, I might still need it. My pasta is ready. The mushrooms are frying. I'm going to fry them over high heat so they brown faster. Besides, champignons can even be eaten raw, so a little heat treatment is more than enough for them. It looks really good. Whole mushrooms. Let's cover the pasta so it doesn't dry out on top. I'm frying the mushrooms on high heat. They have quite a lot of moisture, so I need to evaporate it so they get nicely browned. Hello, hello. And here comes Tanya, back from work. How are you, Tanya? How was work? Work was great, I could smell it. You can smell it from outside. I have a surprise for you. I'm making your favorite dish. One of your favorite dishes, pasta with mushroom sauce. Can you imagine? You came just in time because I was filming alone. The camera is set up on the stand, but now you can take over the camera. And help me finish up a little, because I'm practically at the final stage. All that's left is to add the pasta and finish the sauce. And then we'll have lunch. Well, my mushrooms are nicely sautéed now. I can add the sour cream now. Rich, good quality sour cream. I go ahead and add 2 full heaping tablespoons. You need to lower the heat a bit. I'm going to add a bit more sour cream now. I can clearly see that it's already blended together quite well, but I wanted to have even more sour cream. So right now I'll add another heaping spoonful to the bowl and mix it in thoroughly until it's perfectly smooth. As viewers might ask this question, what percentage of fat should the sour cream be? It doesn't matter what kind of sour cream you use, just use whatever you have. But if you're going out to buy it specifically, I personally prefer to get a fattier sour cream. I think it tastes better. Well, you can treat yourself once in a while. I'm adding it at this stage. Now for the cheese, I have 150 grams. I'll add a bit more than half and leave some cheese to sprinkle on the finished dish. This amount of cheese is enough for now. Yes, now the savory mushroom sauce will continue to thicken up. But right now it's slightly more dense than I would like. So I'll incorporate a small splash of the starchy water in which the pasta was cooked. Add about 2 small ladlefuls of the sauce, and then I'll stir everything together thoroughly. Now it's just right, so adjust the thickness of the sauce so that the pasta doesn't end up completely dry. And during the process, once you've added the pasta, you can also adjust it there by adding more water if needed. That's it, now it's time for me to add the pasta here. Give them a shake. Wow, they're so light and airy. I'm adding the pasta in now. And you need to mix everything well. At this point you might need to add a bit more salt. Actually, I always cook pasta in salted water. So maybe everything is fine, but it's really up to each person's taste. And sometimes the cheese too. That's right, cheese can also be salty, so salt is a personal thing. Everyone decides for themselves. What do you think, Tanya? Is this sauce a bit too thick? Should I add a little more water? Yes, you can add a little. I thought so too, that there isn't quite enough sauce, so I'll add some more water. That's why you should never pour out the water when you cook pasta. It can always come in handy. I'll stir it again. Well, that's perfect. There's no point in keeping it on the heat for too long. The sauce is wonderful. Everything is great. It's ready to serve and eat. Tanya, are you ready to eat? I'm ready. I made this for you. I wanted you to enjoy this meal today. I'm turning off the heat and we'll serve it now. Dear friends, I want to address the men who watch our channel. Treat your women to delicious food from time to time. Believe me, whatever you cook for them, they will really like it. Thank you for being with us. As always, you were with Sergey and Tatyana. See you again on the channel. Goodbye, everyone.